Hi, welcome to Wednesday, July 29th. This is your last math lesson for summer school. Great job getting through all this, you guys. It was not easy to do distance learning, and I really appreciate all the work you sent me. And remember, if you want to do extra work today before 7 o'clock p.m. and send it to me, that'll go towards your final bag of treats, which you'll get tomorrow. But great job this year in summer school. All right, today we're going to work on evaluating algebraic expressions. What is that? Evaluating is a fancy way of saying solving, and expressions is a way of saying problems. So in other words, we're going to solve algebra problems, and we're going to use PEMDAS. And the problems are really short, so don't worry. And if you need to look at this paper, it's a very long paper I gave you in your packet, and it gives you several examples. That will help you too. But I'm going to go all over all this in the video, but then you also have it written down, okay? Here are the steps we're going to do for each problem. Number one, we're going to replace the variable, and the variable is x. That's what you call the x in a problem. You call it a variable because you don't know what it is. It's going to vary. But they're going to give us a number to plug in for the x. So we're going to replace the variable with the number they give us. If they say x is 3, we'll make x 3. If they say x is 6, we'll make x 6. If they say x is 2,500,000, we'll make it 2,500,000, but they're not going to do that. That'd be awful. Okay, then we're going to use PEMDAS to solve the problem in the right order. Let's try it. Here's just kind of very similar to the problems you're going to be doing. You're doing quick check B, and this is quick check A, all right? So the first problem says 2x plus 4 when x equals 3. So they've given us a number, right? There, they've given us a number to replace x with. And they've said that the number we should replace x with is 3. So here's our number, 3. We're going to use that 3 instead of this x, okay? Now also, on this kind of problem, it's important to know that there's always an invisible times sign in between the 2 and the x. You can't see it, but 2x actually means multiply 2 times x. They don't put it in there because it looks weird to have 2 x's in a row, right? But now that we're replacing the x with a 3, it'll look okay because it's going to look like this. 2 times, come on you, 3, right? Does that make sense? We've just replaced this x with 3. All right, now don't forget the 4. We got to put the 4 in there too. So we're going to move the 4 down. So it's going to say 2 times 3 plus 4 because we've just moved that 4 right down. We don't want to forget about it. All right, now we're going to think about PEMDAS. Are there any parentheses? No. How about, are there any exponents? No. Is there a multiplication? Oop, there sure is. There's 2 times 3. So we're going to do that first. And it comes first, so that's convenient. So 2 times 3 is 6. Now I don't want to forget that 4, so I'm going to bring my 4 down. And then I'm going to add them together. 6 plus 4 is 10. Final answer. Beautiful. Now in this case, we moved from right to left really easily because the multiplication came first. It doesn't always come first. So let's look at one in the next example that's like that. Tricky. All right, so here we go. We've got 10 minus 2x when x equals 2. And they told us to replace the x with a 2. So I'm going to put that 2 right here. Where that x is, and remember there's that invisible times sign, so I'm going to put 2 times 2 because that's this number here, and then I got to put my 10 in the front. All right, now in this case there's no parentheses, there's no exponents, but there is multiplication, and it does not come first in the number sentence. It comes at the end, doesn't it? But you still have to do that first because in PEMDAS, multiply comes before subtract. Multiply and then subtract. So I'm going to do this first. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to bring the 10 down. I still don't want to forget about that. Now I'm going to do 10 times 4 is 10 minus 4, I'm sorry. 10 minus 4 is 6. Beautiful. That's PEMDAS. We'd be lost without it. If you did it the other way, if you did 10 minus 2 times 2, it would be a whole different answer. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. It'd be a different answer, and it would be wrong because you always have to do the multiplication before the subtraction. All right, let's look at this one. Ooh, it's got an exponent. Yay! So we know parentheses exponent's going to come first. There's no parentheses, but there's an exponent. So this 4 is going to replace that x. So it's going to look like this. 4. My finger's not working. I'll go to this thing. To the 3rd power. And what does that mean? Well, that means you're going to multiply the 4 3 times. So it's going to look like this. 4 times 4 times 4. Now you can't multiply those all at the same time. You have to do these first, which is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. And then multiply that by 4, which is a hard one, but I'll tell you it's 64. All right, now I know what 4 to the 3rd power is. I can replace 4 to the 3rd power with 64. I'm going to bring that down here. 64. But I don't want to forget that 6. Bring that 6 down. 64 plus 6. That's right, 70. Do you see where that 6 came from? Came from up here. Don't want to forget that 6. And like I said, these are on the sheet I gave you, so you can look at the sheet if you forget. All right, here is one that has parentheses. Parentheses always come first. Yay! So 4 parentheses x plus 2, 1x equals 5. And first I'm going to take my 5 and plunk it instead of the x. So it's going to look like this. 4 parentheses 5 plus 2. Now, just like with the exponent, or I'm sorry, the variable, just like with the variable, whenever you see a number right next to a parentheses, that's an invisible multiplication sign in there, okay? Just so you know. But, is that going to come first? No. What's going to come first is the parentheses, because P is the first letter and PEMDAS stands for parentheses. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Now, because of this invisible x, I know that 4 times 7 is my next operation. 4 times 7, because this right here means times, right? 4 times 7, 28. I guess you could write it like this, 4 parentheses 7. And that would also mean times, but we don't do that. We only use the parentheses when we've got another little problem inside a problem to solve. So we don't do that. We just put the times in. All right. Next one. 14 minus 2x when x equals 3. First, we're going to take our 3 and replace the x with the 3. And remember that 2x really means 2 times x, or 2 times 3 now. So I'm going to put 2 times 3. And then I don't want to forget my 14. So I'm going to put 14 minus 2 times 3. What am I going to do first? That's right, multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. Don't forget your 14. 14 minus 6 is 4. I'm sorry, that's right, 8. Blah. 8. 8 plus 4. Yep, that's right. My bad. Beautiful. I hope you caught that. Good for you. And the last one has an exponent in it. X to the 2nd power minus 4. We're going to replace the x with a 3. So that's going to look like this. 3 to the 2nd power. And remember, that means we're going to multiply 3 times 3 because we're multiplying it however many times the exponent tells us to, which is 2 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Now I don't want to forget my 4, so I'm going to bring that down. 9, come on, pen, minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. All right, so the steps to these problems are, first of all, replace, then use PEMDAS to do the operations in the correct order. Always solve parentheses first. If there's no parentheses, do the exponents. If there's no exponents, go on to multiplication. If there's no multiplication, go on to division, and then last you add or subtract. And don't forget bring those numbers down from the original problem and include them in your next step every time. Awesome. All right, you guys are going to do quick check B. Send me a picture of it. Do your best job. Keep looking at your PEMDAS paper if you forget. Have a great summer. If you want to get extra credit, I am going to post one more video of Dactyl Hill Squad. But that's it. You're done for the summer. See you later. Have a good summer, you guys. Bye.